Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Bill Chase and the Movies. The spring blockbusters are coming faster than Miley Cyrus's ride to becoming jailbait. And to kick off this week's show, we have our first animated blockbuster of the year, Monsters vs. Aliens, from the same folks who brought you Shrek. Now, animated movies should be rated relative to the genre, I agree. That said, however, for every Wall-E, there's usually a movie about chimps or rodents in space that isn't so good. That said, Monsters vs. Aliens, thankfully, is neither of those. The story revolves around Susan, voiced by Reese Witherspoon. She is struck by a meteor, as luck would have it, on her wedding day and mutates to nearly 49 to 50 feet. And I gotta add in, her husband is voiced by someone who I talk a lot about on the show, Paul Rudd. She's obviously scared and confused by what is happening, and she is unintentionally scaring everyone. She is dubbed by society as Ginormica and is placed in an FBI-run prison for monsters where she meets some very interesting characters. However, Earth is invaded by a very advanced robot, so General W.R. Monger, in a hilarious voiceover performance from Kiefer Sutherland of 24, and the President, voiced by Stephen Colbert in a great twist of irony, are forced to release these monsters to save Earth. They are led by Ginormica, as well as a fun crew of monsters including Bob, or B.O.B., voiced by Seth Rogen, the Missing Link, voiced by Will Arnett, and Dr. Cockroach, TV's Hugh Laurie from House. The movie itself isn't quite as great as Wall-E was, but I actually liked it better than Kung Fu Panda. Kids will love this film because of its fun, quirky, and crazy characters, while adults will find some of the jokes funny because it has a bit of a Shrek-level type pop culture humor, so to speak. In my opinion, voiceovers are very important to an animated film. I find some films just slap a big celebrity to it, and it does not match a character merely because they just want a big celebrity attached to this film. I think you need the right performer to match a character, and nobody misses a beat here. I like every character in this film and what it brings to it, and that it's very important, even in animation, to have characters you care about. Each monster or character each have traits that are really, I guess you say, driven home in terms of importance as to who they are and why they are that way. And it made the movie all the more fun. The movie also has a slick, three-dimensional look to it, and that's just stunning to look at and will leave people enamored. The new direction of the animated genre is one I love. The fact that, while obviously primarily targeting kids, of course, they also want to have the adults taking their kids to these movies to have a good time. Sometimes we just want to be kids for an hour and a half, and to me, it's not hard. It's not a hard accomplishment to achieve, but I find some animated films, such as last year's Space Chimps, just don't seem to grasp that concept. It tried to be a clever kids animated film with numerous pop culture references, pretty much Family Guy for kids, and it just failed miserably. Some people might even ask what business I have reviewing these kids' films, however. Is it wrong for me to enjoy something like that being 26 years old? I mean, who tells me I can't? And some humor in this film kids won't get, but they'll find it funny anyway because they know it's funny somehow. While like the Shrek films, us adults will get it, and the kids will still enjoy it. Whereas compared it to the later Shrek films or Space Chimps, it doesn't go too far over the kids' heads. So for making me laugh and having a great time, and really just being a film that stands out in a positive way, I give Monsters vs. Aliens 3.5 stars out of 5.